yeah.
Candid with
I'm really excited for you to check out this interview.
Candid with Kimbra.
Hey all, how's everyone doing? I'm doing really well myself. It's been a busy last couple of months, and today we have a very interesting guest on the podcast. Her name is Kiki Wang, and the reason why I think she's so interesting is because I'm kind of leaning towards going in sort of a reinvention kind of a mode. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. I personally have reinvented myself many times. I was brought to a party by a friend of mine, and a birthday party, and I see this woman running around who eventually got over to our table. I was told she was a fashion designer, and she had designed the gown that the birthday gal was wearing. She came to America to go to college. She ended up having a child. And at some point, she wanted to get back into the workforce, and nobody was taking her very seriously. So she thought to herself, what have I always wanted to do? I love fashion. I don't think she'd even gone to fashion school. So she kind of reinvented herself into this new career just by her grit and her determination and her love of fashion. And she's going to tell us all about that. But I just found, it's kind of an immigrant story, right? And also someone who wasn't afraid to take chances and just thought, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. This is what I love. And she's made it a very successful business, which we're going to talk about. And I've seen some of her gowns, and they're beautiful. She was named the Red Queen of Fashion by the Golden Globe official website, the Ultimate Fashion Goddess by L'Officiel magazine. She's designed for many feature films, and actresses wear her designs on the red carpet. And I'm really looking forward to speaking and getting to know more about Kiki Wang.
Welcome to my podcast where I'll be speaking with guests candidly about interesting topics. So join me on Candid with Kimbra.
Today's guest is a very interesting woman. Her name is Kiki Wang. And as I was saying, she is, how would you describe yourself, Kiki? Would you say you're a fashion designer, you have a fashion company, or how would you describe yourself?
I'm a fashion designer, and also I am an author, speaker, mentor. Yeah, I do a lot of things.
That's true. That's true. We talked about that at coffee.
Yes, in
Yeah.
fashion, yeah.
The thing I like about you, Kiki, before we get into your fashion and all that, is that you have this other side to you that's very spiritual, like we talked about, right? And
Yeah.
you believe in being, for the lack of a better word, it sounds corny, but like a good person, and you want to give back. And I really liked that about you. When we met, when had coffee, I felt good about you. You're not just another person trying to get ahead in the world. I mean, everybody wants to get ahead, but you also feel like you want to give back. You have a spiritual side to you. Is that true?
Yes,
Right?
yes. That's actually, it's always in me. Even when I was like little at school, I think I'm always on the, I don't know, like protective side. Like, I'm like A-list students. I'm number one at my class. So I'm like always protect other kids who's like bullied or because they're not that,
That's nice.
top student.
Yeah.
I was always like that. Yeah.
By the way, did you notice I'm wearing, I hope I'm saying this right, Chi Pao? Is it say Chi Pao?
Oh, I didn't know that.
See, look, it's blue, light blue.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Is that how you say it? Chi Pao?
Yeah,
Oh.
Qi Pao. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Chinese.
I did it. Mandarin, yay! Anyway, so let me just, for people that are listening, I said a little bit in the beginning, but I met Kiki at this party. I saw the host was wearing this really beautiful, I think it was a red dress she was wearing, right? And it was
Yes.
with my friend who invited me, and he was like, who's that woman? She's just running around with all this, great energy. And you came and you talked to us, and you were telling me a little bit about your story, about your beautiful gowns and how you've designed, many stars have worn your, on the red carpet have worn your dresses, right? And on magazine covers. And then when we met for coffee, you told me this whole other side. So you're from China originally. What city in China?
Beijing. Yeah,
What?
I came from Beijing like 25 years ago.
25 years.
So yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, and you came to go to college, right?
Yeah, yeah, I came to get MBA. Yeah, I got my degree, the finance degree, for my bachelor in China, and I came here, got my master degree in business administration.
Mhm.
So I'm MBA. So
So you're good
yeah,
with
I,
numbers. You're good with numbers.
uh, yeah, pretty much. I'm very good at with numbers.
Okay.
I used to prepare all the the financial report.
Right? Which is
Yeah,
always good for business. I
yeah.
originally was going to be a business major when I went to college originally. I thought I'm going to be this international business major, right? And then I took accounting and I was like, ugh, no, it wasn't for me. 'Cause
Oh, wow. I worked as accountant too
you
when I
did?
started my career. Yeah.
You're a
We're
better person than me.
accountants, right?
Well, to be honest with you, at that time, you had to do everything by hand, so I was like on
Yeah,
paper, right? And I
yeah.
was and I'd always wait till the end of the night to do my homework for accounting. So I was so
Oh,
tired, and I'd be like, you make one mistake, you got to do it all over again.
I know. Yeah, we try to figure out the 0.5, like you want to get the balance, on the balance sheet. It's
Yeah.
like, where's the 0.5? You have to go through every single one to try to find that to balance the sheet. So
Oh my gosh.
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot
Um,
of work, but
yeah.
you have a better brain for it than I do, I'm sure. But okay, so you got your MBA and then you came over, and I know you got married and had a child, right? But were you working in the workforce when you had your son, or did you stop working and then have your son?
Oh, I actually, stopped working. Like, as soon as I found out I got pregnant, I decided to stop working.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's like, I just paused from career for my son.
Right. Oh, that's nice. I'm sure. Yeah, you showed me a picture of him. I know he's camera shy. You said right now he doesn't want.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
going through that awkward teenage phase, right?
Yeah, almost over.
Yeah, right.
He's almost over that. But he's really a cool kid because
Yeah, I saw pictures when he was a boy, young
yeah,
boy. He's a good-looking kid, right?
yeah, very good looking, yeah.
So
Model like, model look.
yeah, well, maybe he'll be modeling some of your, menswear at some point.
I wish, I hope. Yeah, I mean, he's also a computer genius.
Wow.
So I spend like 10 to 12 years at home with him. So basically, it's like long time, for a lot of career women, it's like a long time. So I'm sure, all those time spent worth it.
Of course. I mean, if you can raise a good human being or at least help
Yes,
make them a
yes,
good human being, right? Um,
yes,
so then you decided you wanted to get back into working when he was a little bit
yes.
older, right?
Hmm.
And you were telling me that it was difficult for you to find a job at first when you were,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Before I quit everything, my first job in US is actually the sales agent for AAA.
Hmm.
So I sell insurance, membership, and I'm really good at my performance. And my second job is Brown Williamson, the territory manager
Hmm.
for like East LA, Central LA,
Hmm.
South LA,
Hmm.
like it covers 300 stores.
Hmm.
So I'm always very good at my performance in a corporate world.
Hmm.
But after staying home 10 years, over 10 years actually, it's kind of really awkward, like the company, they don't know what you can do, right? They like, oh, 10 years gap. So I mean, somehow, somewhere I understand that concern. And yeah, but still, it's kind of hard. It's kind of challenging for a lot of women, the moms, they come back to the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
It's very challenging. Both ways, for corporate, they think you are like of like 10 years of working experience, like you're not updated. But the other side, the moms, they were like, okay, what should I do, right? I mean, so for me, I sent out like over 100 resumes to like corporate, and I couldn't get even one interview. So it's like totally closed the door. It's like
Wow.
totally. It's like, I mean, the shutting the door for me, right?
It was slammed shut.
No, I mean it's slammed and it's very quiet. Okay?
Yeah, it's like
Then
let
out,
me in.
boom, it's a zero. It's a very silent, like
Yeah.
quiet. So
and here you had an MBA, and you very competent. You were number one in your field when you were doing it, right?
yeah, I'm like I turned my field like from bottom two to number two, like among nine, nine territories.
Mm-hmm.
Territories. So it's I'm very good. I'm very good on the performance, like business wise. So yeah, I know like if I got a job from any company like corporate, like 7 years ago, I might be promoted to a good position right now because I'm very good at. So it's not about that. It's about like the time, like 10 years.
Yeah, they
So,
just thought maybe you had fallen behind and you didn't know what was going on in the business world now. Maybe that's what they thought.
I mean, honestly, at this, I think the corporate, they should know this. If this person has ability to perform, it doesn't really matter where they are. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So for me, it's like same thing. If I go back to the workforce, I get a job, perform.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like just a matter of time. You can catch up right away, and then your experience, your responsibility, all this, your talent, they can make it up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really actually depends on the person, right?
Sure.
So like me, I started my own thing because of I couldn't get a job, so it took me 3 years. I made it happen. Sorry.
Yeah. So let's talk for a second. So you were having all these your resistance from the business world to get a job, and then you thought to yourself, like, what do I really love? What do I really want to do? Right? Isn't that how you thought about fashion? But you didn't go to fashion institute or any kind of art school, right?
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah, right. You did not. Yeah. So that's like a big kind of a leap of faith, thinking, I can do this, which is, I think, is so great. Like you just thought to yourself, what do I want to do? I want to be in fashion because I love fashion, right?
Yeah, I think the reason I choose fashion because I'm old enough. Like when you were little, you were younger, you're probably gonna get advice from your parents, your
Right.
everybody right around you. But when you're old enough, like middle age, then you know exactly what you want, right?
Right.
And you know what exactly you like.
Right.
Then I think I have the ability to make the decision for myself. So I decided to do something I really love, which
Yeah.
I have passion for. Fashion.
In China, your parents might have gone like, Kiki, let's do something more practical because, only one out of, 10,000 designers might make it, or anybody in that field, right? So maybe that's what they said, right? Your parents, or they were like practical people, I bet.
I mean, I have to say that I'm always very independent when I grown up.
Good.
Because I think because I was a straight A student, so they trust me. I think everybody around me trusts me just because of I grown up as a straight A student.
You're confident.
I was always a good performer,
Right.
no matter which field, right? So I think when I start doing get this idea to do fashion, I announced this to people around me, like the friends, family. Everybody look at me like, yeah, you are. Like they didn't even question that.
Wow.
I think that's kind of like how you present yourself in your life. You see what I mean? So if I didn't presented myself as fashionable person in before this, I guess people will say, oh, they will question that. But I was always, fashionable, most fashionable people among my groups, right? So it's like, I think that's kind of like this, younger people should know that, you should establish yourself as who you are, right, actually from very beginning. So when you go through life, people will trust you, or they will remember you as who you are. Right. And don't, try to mimic other people or lose your identity. You know what I mean?
Be authentic.
I think that kind of helps.
Be authentic to who you really are. Sometimes
Exactly.
It's hard, and when you're young, though, you're kind of finding your way, and sometimes you imitate people that you admire until you get your own style. Right. When you're very young. But the sooner you can figure out who you are and really go for it, the better. Like I talked about this on another podcast. Like if I would have just embraced being in the arts as a teenager, I think I would have gotten a lot further quicker, But sometimes we want to do, the practical thing. We want to do, like I said, I was going to be a business major. And then I was like, oh, I hate this. I hate business. I mean, I hated business in college, let's say, Uh-huh. So anyway, so what was your first thing that you did once you decided that you were going to do fashion? Do you remember what was the first? Did you call someone? Did you get your resources together?
Actually, I want to kind of, say something about what you just said.
Oh, sure.
About, life experience. I think, to me, I think every step counts in your life. Every turn counts in your life. Mm-hmm. I just, I appreciate everything happened in my life so far. And I think it's kind of built me. All these different turns, different time period, different experience, they built me. Right. So they made me they kind of showed you a different direction, so you will understand yourself better. So now I'm very confident. I'm very solid, and I know who I am, and I know what I want. So that's kind of to me, I just treasure every moment in my life.
Well, you know, that's very astute and wise piece of observation, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm down on myself sometimes. Like, why wasn't I more at a younger age, more focused? But I mean, I was focused, but in different things. And you come to a stage in your life when you come to it. It's because you develop one way and then you move another way. So you're saying all your experiences build on who you will be, right?
Yeah, I think I'm very spiritual. I think everything happens in your life. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to happen. So you just kind of embrace it, enjoy it. That's and, just kind of went through that period with joy, and get the most out of it. The one thing about this, the difference is a lot of kids, like younger people who work with me before, they're like, oh, this is not what I want. So they kind of gave 30% attention what they are happening there in their life. So they have 70% attention goes to future, right?
Right.
So if you put 30% of attention, energy for this right now, you're not going to get to that future you want. You see what I mean? So you have to give 100% every moment in your life so that they will bring you to that next step. And 30% energy will bring you 30% future. 70% will bring you 70%. So 100% will give you 100%. So that's always I told my employees, my mentees, and I said, whatever life threw at you, take it and go through it quickly. Because the way you go through it quickly is you give 100%. If you give 30%, you're going to be stuck. Okay? You're going to stuck there. Mm-hmm. I mean, in any forms, maybe you physically you don't see that, but mentally you might stuck there. So it's like better, always better, just like give 100%, go through that quickly. Then you will get to the next, the one you want.
It's neat that you say that too, because it's like, it's kind of it reminds me of like being passionate too, like give you 100%, whatever you do with gusto. And I think I do that, just unfortunately I have a lot of things. So sometimes I think I should have less things, then it's easier for me to give 100%, because sometimes I run out of energy,
I had I mentored a model.
Uh-huh.
And she's actually a high school student. And her mom once told me that, the mom took her to the fashion show to, like whole day from 1 o'clock to 10 p.m., 11 o'clock. That's a very long time, very, very hardworking. And, her mom said, oh, maybe tomorrow morning, on the way home, her mom said, oh, maybe tomorrow morning you can, kind of call sick or like just say, stay up late, then, get some rest. And she was like, oh, no, I will get up early, go to school. And, because Kiki told me before that, just give 100%. I want to give 100% as a student, as a model. So, yeah, I was like, oh, okay. When I
That's
heard.
so rewarding though to know that I mean, even if you, and this is so corny, but even if you just affect one person, I've heard about that. Someone told me that became a pretty successful guitar player, and he said that, he goes, you don't know that you showed me those first chords on the guitar when I was about 10 years old, he fell in love with the guitar and he went on to work with all these different bands, right? And I never knew this. I totally forgot that I showed him those chords. I was like, wow, that really touched my heart. That's like when you influence somebody, like you're saying with this girl, that she's at that age too, where it's a good time to really, give her that advice. Right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I was like I'm very happy when I heard that. And yeah, I think her future is very bright.
Yeah.
I think it's just about what kind of mindset you have. I think that's kind of more important than you have skills, right? You have the right mindset is much, much important.
It's much more important. Yeah, you're right. What we say is like, so drive kind of makes up. I personally would rather work with somebody who's really into something and passionate, even over someone that maybe is more talented. If they're not into it, what you're doing, they're not going to give you their all like somebody that's really into it, right?
Right.
And then the other part is like being, what's the word, professional, like showing up. Like in show business, they always say that, just showing up is half the battle because a lot of people don't show up.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of when I teach models, I mentor a lot of models. When
mhm.
I teach them, I mean, I have a very big part on the mentality, my contents,
Mhm.
because I think that kind of resolve a lot of issues for the future, because parents cannot be around with them all the time, right? So
True.
like it's all about what they, look at things, how they look at things, and, this mentality thing. And, I think that's kind of like, help a lot of young kids to well prepare the life,
Now, do you have because you were telling me about this a little bit at coffee. You have a school, like
Yeah, I do.
you mentor models and other people, right? Not
Yeah,
just models, right?
yeah.
So, how do people find out about this place? Do you have a website or?
Oh yeah, everybody. Can
I mean, I can list it under this video.
you don't even believe this. Like, I have a models, aspiring models, and any from all over the world. They go to my came to my Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Kiki Wang Fashion,
Mm-hmm.
and like my Instagram is like an ocean, like all these messages, DMs flood in from the whole world, from Africa, from Europe, like England, France, Germany, anywhere, like Asia, Thailand, Korea, USA, yeah, all different states from USA. So it's yeah. So everybody found me on the Instagram, and I
I follow
received
you
like
on Instagram.
thousands of like they want to be my model, they want to work for me. I got all these things, constantly.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
that like
easy to find me.
yes, yeah, you have a beautiful Instagram, like all your dresses on there, and I noticed you like to work with a lot of color. Now, do you have other designers that you work with too, that are in your Kiki Wang fashion world? Like, how do you find the people you want to work with?
Yeah, we have a studio, and like mainly okay, so we do work with a few designers for ready to wear, but not for the red carpet. So mostly the red carpet, those dresses like designed by me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very fast designer,
Mm-hmm.
and I can design like 20, 30 pieces per day. So it's like, yeah, we make a lot of things like a year. Like, I also had I also presented the largest red fashion show in 2019. I dressed like 300 models for one show. So yeah, we make a lot of clothes. Like, I mean, we have so many designs.
Wow. Yeah, I saw the one dress that Trish was wearing at her birthday party. I think that was yours, right? Trish.
The cover of Hollywood Weekly.
Ah,
She was as yeah, she was on cover on Hollywood Weekly.
and that was the same dress she wore at her birthday party, or no?
No, I don't think she wore that dress, but she kind of like put that cover picture there. Probably
Ah,
why you remember that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love you use a lot of red. I like red too, But
Thank you. Yeah, because I came from China, and what they call me the ambassador, bridge
oh,
east and west.
yeah.
That's my goal. I want to kind of like use fashion to unite the world.
Oh, that's a good.
So yeah, I developed a collection. Specifically, I designed a collection called "When East Meets West."
Oh, I love that.
So
I'm
yeah,
West. I'm East meets West.
no, right? Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, no. Yeah, it's your stuff is gorgeous, and I can't
Thank
wait
you.
till I have the occasion where I have to get fitted by you, which will be soon. No, I'm putting it out there in the universe, right?
Yeah, that will happen.
Yeah. So, and you also, we were talking about this at coffee too. You also have like you're going to start another school where you're teaching music and art and stuff like that. It would seem like
No, it's the same school.
oh, same. Okay.
So yeah, like Hollywood Fashion and Entertainment
Mm,
Academy. So we actually, because all the kids, the multi-talented.
right. That's true. Now you
Yeah,
got to be a singer,
and
dancer, fashion model, da.
yeah, and also a lot of actresses I work with in Hollywood, they're like multi-talented actresses. They're models, they're actresses, they're singers, they're dancers. So this whole, I mean, I opened this school because of like a lot of kids. They bring up, provide a one-stop place for them to learn. They can learn from Grammy winners for singing. They can learn from Emmy winners for acting. They can learn from, the top models for modeling. And so, yeah, it's my goal. It's like I want to help. You know.
No, you really do. Excuse me, you really do because I know when we had coffee, like I said, you impressed me because I could tell that you have good, oh, gosh, you have ethics, not just with trying to get ahead and be successful, but you bring your spirituality, into the whole thing so that it's more, in sync, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
I felt that way because when you meet a lot of people that want to get ahead, but you stood out because you have I feel you have a good side to you that like you want to help other people and it shows, so that's good,
Yeah,
right?
because I that's kind of like in my blood, and also you know, I just feel like when I came to Hollywood, I came here like with zero resources, zero connections, zero experience. Just like I came here like almost, I wouldn't say like, it's just like a zero on everything.
Well,
so I feel like if somebody can help me that moment, I'll be like, oh my gosh, that would be big help, right? But I couldn't find anybody. So yeah, so right now I'm here. I can help.
Yeah. Well, you're strong, and there's always you're a good example of a good immigrant story. You came to America and you wanted to do well. You didn't have any money, and you didn't have any connections, and you just worked hard. And I mean, I not know everybody can't be exactly like you, but it's a good inspirational story.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is. It really is. So now you talked about books. How many books have you written?
Oh yes, that's kind of like another thing about me is that I'm very fast. Designer. I can design a lot of clothes in a short time, and I'm also fast writer. So during pandemic, we have so much time staying home, and I wrote 5 books, and yeah, in 3 years.
Wow.
So it's like, it just happened. Like, okay, I got so much time.
Yeah.
What should I do? And then I start writing.
Yeah. A lot of us got stuff done during the pandemic. But so are your books, are they self-published, or have you published them yet? Or
Actually, on the process, publish one by one by one. So I have so many books in line. And also after those 5 books, I already have another 2 books. So I'm probably in the future, I'll probably publish over 7, 8 books.
So now that you're got this whole empire Kiki Wang fashion going, what does your son think about all this?
Oh my gosh. I think that I like to share my experience on this, because when I started a business, I travel around the world. I went to Paris, Italy, Dubai, China, a lot of places, fashion highlands. And I always brought him with me, because, he's still a kid. So I think this experience actually helped a lot. So he watched me, went from zero to here, and he saw me like, honored on stage, and he saw all this, my, all these people, the good comments about me. So I think that helped a lot. So he became a very entrepreneur minded. So he's like, he started his own business after he turned 18. So I think, you don't want, as a parent, you don't want just like teach them, preach.
Right.
You should act, just show yourself, like in front of the world. And
That's true.
Kids will see, and the kids will absorb, and they, they will actually become a better version of you.
I think it's actually better to be it's good to give them advice too, but I feel like living the example is actually a better example for them, because my mom was real strong and I saw things that she did. And I think that's what I didn't even think about, certain things like buying real estate and stuff, because I saw my mom do it. So I was like, oh, that's just what everybody does. You got to work hard to get the resources, but I just saw her as an example of a really strong go-getter type of person. So she wasn't really actually very good at giving advice. She just did it, And so for me, that was the example,
Yeah. So among my 5 books, actually one book is about parenting. So yeah, in my book, I was talking about the different styles, like parenting styles. Some parents, they worked, they act like they're, what do you say, babysitter, right?
Okay.
They take care of every single, like very little things. and some like they're coaches, right? So they coach the kids to do homework, and coach the kids to everything.
Sure.
And I think the thing I preferred, the best parent should be, the role model. So you don't want to say too much, you act.
Yeah.
Because the action's louder than anything.
That's true.
So, you act yourself to be a good person, like you elevated yourself in life, and they will see that. That's instead true. Of like, oh, you should work hard. You should,
that's true.
Then you're still staying in the old place, right? You don't move.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's like, what's, the kids wouldn't really see there, see something there,
And also for me, I felt like I really respected my mom and my father too. It's like I respect when you see them doing certain things. And it's not good when you don't really respect what your parents, because then that's another thing, like a bad image. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Now, I want to comment on your Zoom backdrop. It's you said you are a citizen of the universe, because I said you're a citizen of the world, and then you're like, I'm a citizen of. And I said, oh, I like that, citizen of the universe.
Yeah, because I also teach. Mentor. I mentioned I'm a mentor. I also mentor students on the self-development. Oh. Like you can say that life coach. Yeah, because I experienced self-awakening moment during pandemic. It's like everything is about energy.
Right.
So that's why I said, if you realize that everything's about energy, what you should do just to manage well, your energy well, right? To really understand the whole mechanic behind the whole world. Mm-hmm. If you don't know the mechanic, like the rules, behind it, you just kind of like stuck in what's happening in life. But everything happening in life, they have some mechanic secret behind it. So what I focus on is that things behind. Mm-hmm. So I think it's kind of a lot easier if you grasp those things. Then you will. It's a lot easier to deal with things happening in your life.
You're saying you're trying to show people or teach people the tools that will help them. If you don't have the tools, then you won't be able to deal with it as well. It's going to be a lot harder.
Right? Exactly, because a lot of people they're heavily self-sabotaged. Okay, I was in that situation before too, so I know exactly how to get over self-sabotage.
Oh, self-sabotage, yeah.
Yes.
That's interesting.
That costs you so much energy. Like I said earlier, if you use 100% energy, like to focus on whatever you're doing right now, like your life moment, you're going to be way ahead a lot of people. You'll be succeeded already. But our energy has been discounted by this self-sabotage, by those things happening in your life, not even important. So what I teach people is to help them to, regain all their energy back, to realize what things you should put energy, what shouldn't put on energy. Because by the end of the day, where you are, the results is the most important thing. It's not about things happened. Things happened is like just the steps for you to get up here. But people, they were so focused on the things happen. What other people say, what this should be. They are so focused on this, all this like discount, like the self-sabotage.
Like what they call noise. Like don't listen to all the noise,
Yeah, noise. And also, you just need to really know what's really going on. I think that's like thing people doesn't really know what. A lot of people, they don't know what's really going on. They just be distracted by all the things happening, like, on the surface.
Right. That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. I think it's like you could call me an energy coach. Like I help you to, regain your energy back on the most important thing. So that's how I got here. I'm a very focused person, and I use my energy very, very wisely. You know, something I put 100% energy, something I don't even give a zero. So I'm very clear on that.
Yeah,
I think that's like things that most matter in our lives as human beings in this universe.
And I like what you said to me the other day, or when we had coffee, and you were like, which I'm real big on this one too. You're like, I choose to be this way. I choose, instead of like the victim, right?
Yeah.
I choose to be this, which I'm really big on that too. Like, I'm not what happened. There's a Carl Jung, I think it is, the philosopher Carl Jung, he has a thing that says, I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become,
Exactly.
And
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you honestly, I think you actually have 100% control in your life just because of you don't know how to put those energy. So it's like you put 10% here, 20% there, 30% there. So, the most matter thing in your life, you only give 5%. How can you really get ahead or move even? A lot of people stuck in life because of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm very proud of, what I can do right now before I can, because before I was one of those person, like stuck and, like touch. So, but now I'm like, I realize that. So I totally changed my life through all these, techniques I'm using right now. And yeah, that's why I like to help.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then Kiki, the way people can find your fashion and everything about you, you still recommend your Instagram account, right?
Yeah, I think fashion people communicate on the through Instagram. So
yeah, communicate. Yeah,
yeah,
you're good about answering your DMs, your direct
yeah,
messages, right?
yeah. We have a assistant answering all the DMs,
That's great.
and basically a lot of actors I work with, they actually DM'd me, like just from nowhere they DM'd me. So we became friends. I dressed them for Emmys, then for Oscar, then later we become good friends. So my DMs is very, very good DMs.
Yeah, I remember when I met you at Trisha's party, you DM'd me too, and there was a lot of interesting people there that I know you met with too. So Trish is very good about bringing people together, I think,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think, um, whoever you're supposed to, whoever you meet, you're supposed to meet. So just treat that person seriously, treat that person well. I mean, just,
I believe in treating everybody, unless I find out you're a bad person, but I'm pretty respectful towards everybody,
yes, yes.
I don't matter. It doesn't matter what the janitor or the CEO. It's like you got to be nice to people, right? I mean, that's
yeah. It's I always told my mentee about that. It's like just use the shortest way in life. Like when you treat people, treat nice, because that's the shortest way. If you go through a lot of thinking, like go through a lot of, I mean, evaluation, go through a lot of calculating. I mean, just imagine how much energy you already spent, like cost, on that little thing. So shortest way is like give the real you, the authentic one. Then boom, everything will happen. If it's like good, it will stay. If not, go away. So it's like you don't waste your energy.
Now, I wanted to ask you, have you been back to China recently, or you haven't been there for a while, right?
Yeah. I mean, I go there like once a year. So yeah.
I thought you hadn't been back since the pandemic, but
No. I've been there like a few times already.
still, I was supposed to go before the pandemic, and then everything shut down. I was like, so eventually I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna go to Shanghai first though, because I want to. Everybody says it's the more artsy,
Yeah.
Beijing's more like the business, right?
Yeah. It's more like Western style. Shanghai's more Western style.
Oh,
So
I'll probably feel more comfortable there, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I want to thank you for being on. And like I said, people can find you through your Kiki Wang fashion Instagram account. And I'm going to have that under the YouTube, video. I'm going to have it listed. And they can also hear this podcast on the podcast playground. It's just the audio version, but I'll send you all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Seems like we talk a lot about the spiritual today.
Is that okay? I hope you don't mind.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I love to talk that topic because everybody asked me about the fashion topic.
Well,
you know what I mean?
The reason why I wanted to talk about it actually is because I'm kind of gearing the podcast towards reinvention, which is what, why I wanted you on there, like reinventing yourself. But I had a guest recently who wanted to talk about spirituality, and we didn't talk about it as much. Oh. And so now I feel bad now because he wanted to talk about it more. So I know you are. So I thought, I want to talk about it with Kiki because you're you're not one of those people that just, bombards, and you have a very nice style of speaking about things where you bring it up, but not in a dogma kind of way or where you're self-righteous, so mm-hmm. I think that's important. I get things better when people just talk about things more kind of matter of fact and not like this is the way it has to be,
Oh, okay. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. I just trying to share, basically share
the information.
yes, and share what I thought, like my process. You know what I mean? Like I just share that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to be talking to you later on. I know, I'll reach out to you in the near future, but I'll let you know when this podcast comes on. Anyway, I want to say thanks, Kiki. And
thank you.
I'll be talking to you soon. And I will list all your contact information under the podcast.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.